What up, everybody? Zach is back with another episode. Was a pretty boring day, to be honest with you. I was expecting a little bit more drama. Tesla earnings came out. Tesla earnings were overall pretty good, and started pulling back. It was down about almost 2.5% in the after-hours trading, and my portfolio was up 2.66%. Let me share this screen with you. Overall was up 2.66%, which is all right. I mean, I passed the $750,000 mark again. We're playing around with this level for a while now, actually. But hey, it is what it is. My options were good. I did about 2,300 yesterday, and that's including some of my leaps as well. And then also my common stock did okay. Well, not very interesting, to be honest with you. Soxel finished up 5%. That's pretty much the most interesting thing. Soxel is amazing. Thank you, Soxel. AMD is reporting earnings tomorrow, so I'm really interested to see more of the big semiconductor companies, chip makers, gaming, Bitcoin miner processors. Not Bitcoin miners, but the GPU miners. Anyways, I'm interested to see how that's going to affect Soxel. I mean, it's up good for this week. But overall, it was a good start to the week. Tech was a little bit slow yesterday. I mean, Dow actually finished down a tad. Dow actually finished up a tad, but yeah, overall, nothing too interesting for the day. But hey, it is what it is. I want to talk today more about some more short-term plays. Yesterday, we finished 100%. Let me share the screen. 100% on the options. Our Neo, we went from 2 to 280. We got into that pretty early. Really all three almost at opening bell. PayPal, we did 350 to 460, and AMD $3 to 355. Some I close, some I haven't. But remember, guys, be responsible to close your own positions, no matter if you're cutting for a loss or taking the profits. Hopefully, you're taking the profits. It just really depends on your risk tolerance about where do you want to cut for, how much. 25%, 50%, 100% on both ways, up or down. So really, you just got to have a game plan when going into that. But probably by now, most of you guys already know that. And yeah, so options are doing well so far. But overall, it was a good day. I was thinking about getting into Tesla yesterday, but a good thing I didn't. At least holding this overnight. Neo, be a little bit careful because Neo is reporting on Thursday. So if Neo does the same thing as Tesla, Neo's going to run up until I don't know, maybe even Wednesday night, Thursday, until it reports, and then people will start taking the profits. Nothing wrong with that. It's actually very normal. And let me show you this Neo chart really quick. So yeah, Neo is up 3.75% yesterday, so it's doing really well. Coming off the 180-day. Hopefully can flip the super trend here past the 50-day moving average. That will be a pretty key resistance right now. And hopefully use that as a support line. But we'll see how that goes. But if it does anything like Tesla, I would be a little bit cautious. Maybe can hold those Neo calls for a couple more days. But really, we'll see how it goes. I personally take the profit at 50% if you can, 40%. It's all good. But I already took the profit on Neo. PayPal, I still have PayPal open. And yeah, I think it's at about 35%, up 35% right now. Something like that. So I will be, let's see if PayPal can gap up a little bit more in the opening bell. And then I'll probably take those profits as well. And we can always reopen them. I mean, everything is free. On Webull, we trade for free. There's no fees or anything like that. So link in the description for Webull. Help support the channel. Webull's going to give you a lot of free stocks anyways. But yeah, anyways, pretty much like that. And then the first one I would like to talk about is Google. Google's been doing rather well, actually. So I'm thinking about getting into a short-term call. It's actually up 0.6%, including the after hours. So it's doing rather well. It's up and down off the 50-day moving average on the day chart, actually. And it's at a high point right now, so I would be a little bit cautious, but I think we can make a short-term play. Let's go ahead and take a look at the 4-hour. But there's definitely a trend line going on here. That's for sure. So a little bit cautious. It's not bouncing off the support, but Google, it's interesting for me right now because I think tech is moving up in general, and Google is definitely one of the leaders here. and Google's reported the earnings is already very, very good for the first quarter. So we're going to hopefully make a play on that. I will watch for a pullback at all, especially down to the 23.10 level, which is up a little bit after hour. So it's not going to be anything major, but we will see. I'm looking at the 430 2400 call at around $17, and keep in mind this is expiring on Friday, so this is pretty high risk. It's not cheap. $1,700 I'm thinking about entering in. Let's check this one out. Yep. 2400. So right now the asking is 1950, bid is 18. So like I said, I'm going to wait for this to pull back. I think if it pulls back to 2310 level, I think we might, or maybe even a little bit lower. I think 2310 we could probably get a 17 entry on here. But of course, the lower we get, the better. And we're really going to have to see what it's going to open for, because the markets are closed right now, so I have no idea. But nevertheless, that one could be interesting. And as soon as it's up maybe 15%, I'll probably take the profit on that, maybe even 10%, because this is very high risk. It's an expensive one. It's going to cost us $1,700 around. So if you have a $100,000 portfolio, it's okay. Worst case scenario, you cut down $300. I mean, it's not that big of a deal, but you could also make $300 too on the way up. So the risk reward is not as good on that one. If you have a small portfolio, only $10,000, then you might be putting in 17% here. It's not worth it. So guys, just do your own thinking on that. But anyways, the next one I want to take a look at is EA. EA, Electronic Arts, a great video game maker. So I'm looking at, well, first let's look at the chart. Also, EA is on an upward trend here. Also a pretty clear one. I think that this one could run up to 145. So for that matter, I'm doing the 145 call, 5.7, 145 call at 180. So let's go ahead and take a look at 5.7, 145 at 180. So currently bid ask 193 to 209. Yeah, so again, I want to wait for this one to pull back a little bit. Of course, we also don't know what it's going to open for, but I assume it would open a little bit less, but of course, it depends on what it gaps up for. But I think this one could be interesting. On the chart, it wouldn't be very hard to hit. It's already been up there 3 days ago, so last Thursday. But again, I would take the profits. This one's a little bit more time. It's 10 days till expiration, 10, 11 days. But yeah, I would take the profits here, 30% maybe, something like that. I would just go ahead and cut it, 30, 50%, something like that. But of course, we'll have to see how where it opens at. And depending on where any of these open, I mean, I might not do them. I might do them super fast. I might, if it's moving up really fast, I might do it. I might wait. It just depends. Trading in the first 30 minutes of when the market opens is the most volatile. So, sometimes it can be good to wait until after 10 a.m. EST, I guess, and then see what's going on in the markets. And it also depends on if the SPX is moving up or whatnot. And then the next one I'd like to look at is a little bit longer. The next two, actually, a little bit longer. I want to look at Baidu, 521, 250. At 170. So first of all, Baidu 21 to 17 days. Oh, sorry, 21. It's almost a month. And let's see, what did I say? 250 at 170. So here we are. Bid to ask is 187 to 211 right now at close. It actually pulled back 2% yesterday, so you see underlying back 2%, and this option contract was actually back 30%. So hopefully that can flip around. Hopefully it can climb back up. The chart is looking pretty flat, but I think it's overdue for a mini bull run actually, and so we will see about that. But Baidu is obviously it's like the Google of China for any of you guys that don't know, and they're also rumored to start producing semiconductors, which is not come into fruition yet. But anyways, I'm keeping my eye on this one. I personally like Baidu as a investment, but yeah, it's super cheap right now, in my opinion. Eventually, I think it will move back up at this rate of incline. I don't know when that would be. If it's going to be here, if it trades flat until here, I mean, I don't know. Who can say? But that is pretty much my thought process. It had a very, very nice run up bounced off the 180, trading flat now. So of course this one is a little bit more risky, I would say, just because there's no, it's not currently in a bull trend. It is pretty flat. But those option contracts are very cheap. So I think the risk to reward here is actually pretty good because it's very cheap. And let's check out the IV on those. IV is only 47%, so it's a little bit high, but it's not very high for sure. So of course, if that would drop down, I don't know if that's accurate. This is all over the place, but assuming it's around 50%, which would make sense. So yeah, gonna keep watching this one, but it's really cheap. We could get a few of those. And then the next and last one is going to be Cree, which is a semiconductor company. Let me read this to you for you guys that don't know. Cree Inc. offers silicon carbide technology and production. The company operates through Wolfspeed segments. Wolfspeed consists of silicon carbide and GaN materials, power devices, and RF devices based on wide bandgap semiconductor materials and silicon. If you guys want to check out this company here on the Webull, which I highly recommend, we can find the website, we can find listing day, just the basic information of the company, and we can a little summary. But anyways, looking on over at the chart, this one is actually currently in a bull trend. So assuming that it pulls back a little bit tomorrow, which it's pulling back a tad in the after hours. It's back to 118.51. So go over to the 4 hour. So yeah, it's pulling back a little bit. So we'll see, maybe entry around here. Let's see if it pulls back a little bit more. But overall, I'm very bullish on semiconductors, as you guys probably know. So I would definitely like to pick up this one. And I think this one still has room to run, in my opinion. It's been pretty flat for a while now. But not that long, but obviously since beginning of this year. So we'll see if it makes a run for it. But you guys can pull up this news on the news feed for Webull and check it out if you want. Try to keep this video a little bit shorter. Don't have time to go through the news. But anyways, the Cree 521 135 call at $2. Cree 521. What did I say? 135 call at $2. This one's going to be a little bit further out, like the Baidu. And I put it in for $2, bid ask 255 to 270 right now, but I'm actually waiting for it to pull back. So depending on how much it's going to pull back and what it gaps down for, or it gaps up, but probably gaps down, I would expect. It came off a pretty good day yesterday, and it's already down 0.43 in after hours. So $2, 180, I'm not really sure, but of course, something like that, I think. And this is almost a month out, so I'd probably hold it for a couple of weeks at least, see how it goes. If it continues the bull trend, or if it pulls back and continues trading flat. But of course, options are always a little bit risky, and you just got to kind of time it right. You got to have a plan when you're going to enter, when you're going to exit. If these stocks are not moving, continuing their trend like we have done our TA for, then we just got to cut it and move on. Hopefully not cutting it for very small losses. And even if we're only taking 15% profit, 20% profit, it's still actually very good. If we make a consistent 2.5% per month, this is 30% per year. And if you compound this over 10 years, this is quite a lot of money. We will be in the top percentile of investors. But anyways, guys, follow me on Twitter where I do the live trading. Smash that like button for the YouTube algorithm. Subscribe. Turn on the bell notifications if you want. We're posting videos like this almost every day. Commentary on my blogs from prostockadvice.com/blog. Go ahead and check it out, guys. And also don't forget the Webull link. It really does help support my channel. But it doesn't matter if you don't like Webull, or you already have a broker you're happy with, or you're already signed up. Just smash that like button and it's enough. Anyways, guys, I'll see you on the other side. Peace.